Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. I always do this because the time you'll actually receive this video will vary from place to place depending on where you are and who you are. So into reaction, we actually have just to keep up regardless of how few views we have. That is our field and we just have to keep up. So of course some people are asking, do something on Oga Obina. Others are like, continue with the journey. It's never easy, but you will actually make it, and I believe so. Thank you for encouraging me. And of course I've seen somebody commenting that people should watch my channel. Thank you for that. I actually urge you to subscribe to my channel and continue viewing my videos. That encourages me to keep up. Yeah, so today we are back to this D saga. I have a channel known as Life Saga, and of course I'll be posting some videos there just once I stabilize in this reaction field. We always do, and we learn each day from even other people, and I'm really watching a lot of reactors. I can't even remember other people's names, and this is just exciting. It's a word on its own. Now today I decided, it reached me at night that D Mwango was, trying to take us around the corners. We feel like she's still with the hired guy. Black Beauty calls him the Poland. I don't want to say that word. The pocketless. I don't want to say the entire word. Anyway, it doesn't sound good, right? So I don't want to judge, but actually, D, you can do better. And I know you've been there trying to cheat to us that everything is okay, but we can actually read your face, Everything can be read from the face, from action and all that. Now, why Sukuma Wiki yesterday? You can tell us that is the best meal in Africa. You're telling us eggs and Sukuma Wiki ugali is the meal that this guy asked for. Anyway, let's not get into dishes, but I just know when somebody is saying bye-bye, that should not be the best. Actually, that wouldn't be the meal somebody would expect. Anyway, you finally told us that you're going to hit the road, and I said from the beginning that it's not possible for somebody to retire into marriage, because that is what the message you actually send to the people when you are living in Nyabohanse. Now 1 month is over and you're back. Now just Karoti asked, then what? And I think you've just answered in one video. You said that you're going in for the journey. That will encouraging, You have to go back to the vlogs and continue. We encourage you to go back to your work. Yeah, do your thing. Go back to vlogs and do exciting ones, show us different things and what have you. That's what we're taken to. Remember the time of depression, the time you actually had to have Marwa coming to your rescue, and no wonder you keep saying that it's not for my brother, then whom would I be? You keep saying that, and we understand. We understand where your journey. As you are meeting Trudy, you are introduced to YouTube world, then you became the travel Miss Africa, as you call yourself. And this should not stop. As you're just mentioning, you're telling us that you will be hitting the road at UK and other places. That's exactly what you have to do. Most of us have such dreams because we understand that travel blogs have a lot better packages than what we are just doing from one environment or one sitting. So guys, it's actually a false for D to keep telling us emotional journey and all that. Let me just show you something here. I may some of them I may just play without showing, and for some look at that face. Actually, you're cheating to us as you're telling us that you're actually parting from somebody's facial, heartbroken and all that. That's shit.
He's going back to his country because he has to work. There's so many things that he needs to take care of. It was really a good time, 1 month together. Oh my God, it was the best time I've ever had in my life. Really good. We had really good times, memories. You just made it. Anyway, guys, so we've been eating out a lot, and he kind of asked me to make him his favorite Kenyan dish: ugali, sukuma wiki, eggs, and avocado. If you're a tip.
So let me ask you, how much does this slap really? Would you actually ask your girlfriend to prepare you such a meal if you're living in Kenya? I want you to be genuine. I know so many people who watch my channel and they're from other countries, Asia, South Africa and Europe, UK and all that. Would you actually ask somebody that your best meal is sukuma wiki after staying in the village for all that time and then Mombasa all that time? And all along I've been watching what you've been eating. Guys, you've not been eating sukuma wiki and ugali. Yeah, and as usual, eggs. And now today they were just prepared in the normal, common way. So there's something you're not telling us, and when I look at those eyes, I can read more than just what you're telling us. I'm not a matchmaker, but people are like, hey, Atita Tito, and then Kino and all that. And people are like, hey, it would have been rather you maintain the Jamaica man than this one. Time will tell anyway. We always say so. There's nothing that can go on and on without time telling us exactly how it will go about. But the reality is that many of us feel that this is plastic, this is artificial, there's nothing, like there are no ties, there's no bond, there's nothing, there's no relationship shown here, actually. And even from the video, it's like you're forcing yourself, and people now are coming out and saying, okay, the contract is now over. Now that it's over, you have to keep lying. Of course, that is what you've decided to do. Okay, what do? We just have to keep watching and commenting. And of course, you won't do much to us, as you've been always saying that you don't talk about people. For us, we talk about things and people, yeah? Right. That's our work as reactors. We don't get much to talk about if you people don't keep posting your things, and we are like, okay. So of course people kept asking why this fella is hidden, and you never talked about it. You just kept saying, why did they want to, it's only for me and all that. And we are like, okay, of course a contract worker should be hidden, because 1 month is just a short time, why expose? And so I was reading at the comment section, and somebody was like, okay, Dee has to shape up. She has to make better choices. She should step up so that she is not ditched, Somebody was like, he came, hit and ran. I don't know. And from what people are saying, it's like this guy was not so happy with a lot of, exposure to the public. Of course, he knows very well who you are. But chop money can be so good than the exposure. And possibly he requested that he doesn't have to have that. I remember the journey you took to Mombasa in a train, and the artificial massage that you're conducting. Actually, you can do better. Yeah? So, looking at all this, I'm just asking, why go to this expense? You can actually get into a deeper relationship and show us a real banker if you actually think that will drive a niche or views. So of course, when you check this video, it's like, do you expect a lot of questions from the followers, and she is here to answer before we can ask. But then from the questions, of course, that is where we get more wahala. So again, Dimango tells us that she's going to hit the road, and we're like, okay, so the family thing, Nataya. You had indicated that you're retiring. There is no retiring at your age. You're very young, girl. Yeah, so the fact that you say you're happy about yourself and everything, so that's of course what everybody must do. So let's just get to this other part of the clip, and we actually see some some things before I get to another part, and we go back to where I want to show you something here. So let's get to see here. Airport journey. So let's see this part just shortly. I was ignoring it, but I just want to see what I am seeing. Of course, this is something. Now, remember, Dee is a very popular person in terms of views and all that. And so anything happening to her, people will talk. Not that they like to talk, but that's how the tingle goes, right? Yeah, the banker after banker. So after the airport, you actually saw that artificiality, even the way they were holding hands, walking around, like they're throwing hands, and then into the van and to the airport. All right. So lovebirds, bye-bye. Till we hear from you again. So then, Remember, Karoti did something just at night, and in her views, so many people are commenting. I just want you to listen to this. Just a section of what she's saying. I'll not show her face.
JNR, kindly finish your sentences so that I can understand you. I cannot understand you when you speak this language. It, what is it? What was supposed to be squeezed? Did you say squeeze? Oh, you said hit. What is it that was hit and what is it that was quit? Chair, leave me alone in my Bungoma chair. The boy left sometimes, I don't know, like a week ago, if I'm not wrong. Correct me. Okay? Hey, where have I put my...
So have you heard that? Of course, Carol is taking her sweet time to listen at the comments, because she had been talking about this. She had been talking, and of course Black Beauty also showed that this guy had been hired. The Muzungu channel, they told us that this guy is hired. And because Poland people get the EU, yeah, the European Union passport, it's so easy for them to journey. They don't have to hustle like us. But they did not listen, so we are waiting. We want to see whether after 1 month again we'll be looking for another Tita Toto, or whether we'll be looking for Kino, or which is the next, you know. That is the question many people are asking, what is the next? Of course, from the when you look at today's reactions, all of them are journeying towards D. And everybody is like, okay, she ran back to the village broke and all that. I don't know. I can't judge. I don't know whether she's broke or not, but D, I think you can do better for the sisterhood. Yeah, so in Nairobi, of course, you saw David Jr., and David Jr. is on the run. But we hear he'll be back to the village, I don't know, with the police lady. Now here he is with the police lady. Some people are insinuating that they had bribed the police at Nyabohanse. No wonder they are not actually into that issue of the girl who was beaten because she went to collect firewood at the construction site. It's wrong. We don't say it's right, but what procedure? I think the best way was supposed to be picked, and then she's taken to the police, and then it's sorted from there instead of beating. Yeah? So let's just get to another. I'm trying to look for that video to show this. So, of course, we saw this reported by GINTU. I don't know whether to trust because people keep calling him a liar. Let's just listen and see what we'll judge from this. Yeah, so let's listen and then I'll turn the camera.
It was now in the evening, around the 4 in the evening.
Because
you know, or your wife?
Yeah, my wife.
Your wife do the porridge?
Do the porridge.
What's the work of your wife, man?
My wife,
your wife?
My wife works in the hotel.
Oh, she's in the hotel?
Yes.
So she's
neighbor.
She's now neighbor to David Jr.'s construction site.
Yes.
Even much of the people are eating there during the construction?
Yes.
And she was the one who was serving much of the people there?
Yes.
And now your wife, you went there because in the evening,
yes.
Here in the Kuria line, we have this kind of the courtesy of men. Whenever it reaches in the evening, we go and take some porridge.
Yes.
So in the evening at 4 and using some peanuts, ground nuts, much of the people know them.
Yes.
So they can just boost your immune system, give you much of the proteinous nature, and make sure that you can just be strong enough. And you understand whenever I talk about strong enough, where you are.
That, you know, that girl, he was going to pee. Yes. Now we time him, they chased him until down. Yeah, they don't know what thing they want to.
To do her. So to this kind of the time. So when they touched her, what happened to that kind of the particular moment?
Now they touch him, they
touched her.
They touched her. He said, now we touched you. We go to do that thing up there. I say yes. He put in the...
No, we have not reached at that point now we're going to be having, because I saw much of the people, because when you see this kind of the video, people came. So at that particular moment, how sure and how did you see your daughter being caned or hit?
Yes.
Did you see that moment when the Junior was hitting your
that thing, you see, they don't know down inside there. The baby come, we come, is crying.
Video actually trended. The kid was beaten in Nyabohanse for picking firewood. Maybe she was wrong, but the reaction of Devi actually was quite traumatizing. A soft-spoken guy, but then when it comes to actions, no. So now at the end of this, we are actually seeing that Devi Jr. is on the run. How long will he be running? Or is he sure that he has a good package for the police so he does not have to worry and keep running, because eventually he'll come back to the village, and when he comes back, of course, things will be cold. What happens in Africa is that most times if you don't have package, you don't have money. Most of the, the privileges are lost from you, including justice. Justice is not in your hands if you don't have money. So these people who have money know that, and of course they take advantage of those who don't have, and they actually do whatever they want. But I'm not the judge here. I'm just trying to question, because if this actually happened, then what should David Jr. face? Should he keep running or just face the trial and that is it, Or just maybe talk to the neighbor and treat that girl and that is sorted, That's a better way of solving the conflict than running, right? Because people never forget. In fact, with the internet and the virtual space, people don't forget. These things keep running and people will keep remembering what happened. So as we end this video, bye-bye. We'll meet in another video again. I've not seen much in the villa, apart from just the construction that is going on. And today, at least, the king of the valley said that the wife, Rocio, also gave a design. I don't know. And they are going to line up everything. By July, the villa will be all right. That's our prayer. So thank you and bye-bye for now. Let's meet in another video. Thank you.